It up like arson and sauce and sauce. We light it up like arson and sauce and sauce. Fli-City got some dogs in it, dogs in it, dogs. Fli-City come off authentic, authentic. We light it up like arson and sauce and sauce. We light it up like arson and sauce and sauce.
My city experiencing a transition from penny pinching, maximizing our dollars, multiply triple digits. I came a long way from baby jars in a project kitchen.
Hello, hey, our community. Hey, it's always a blessing to be back with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, I'm always your good brother, Brother Hubert Naeem Roberts, Black Lives Matter Flint. Always wonderful to just be a part and excited to be alive. We're here with our beautiful queen.
Peace,
and our brother
kings and queens, guys and goddesses.
Sitting in on the bench. You know, we always got these individuals that want to be a part, and so he's a strong brother. Brother Rich, thanks for coming in, my brother.
You are welcome. How you doing today?
You know, free agents. You know, he's a free agent. Thank you, brother.
So, what's up, everybody?
Yeah,
what's going on?
What's the temperature? What's the temperature?
Cold as shit. I'm cold.
It's called Michigan now.
Listen, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
You better come out and look. Everybody, this is the secret of Michigan.
Listen.
Long John.
Man, listen, at work, I have my long johns on. You see, I have a sweater on, I have a jacket on, my coat on, and I have a heater that sits at my desk. I'm not playing
around. At her desk.
Listen, I'll be cold. So I'm not playing around.
Yeah.
But it's getting that way, and we have to be careful. With that being said, guys, we're going to have our first snow and cold and ice over, and I need y'all to be careful.
Please be careful.
Please be careful. Take your time. Leave early, right?
And if you don't have nowhere to go, don't go.
Yes.
Stay there.
Stay there.
Do that.
Do that.
Whatever. You know, just take your time. If you leave early enough, here's my thing about it, right? Because as you all know, I'm always fashionably late, right? I'm never late for work, though. Get that right. I'm never late for work. However, I just feel like this. If you have to speed because you're late, you're already late. So just take your time. You're already late. That's all I'm saying. So I just really want you all to be careful because I want you to come home the way that you left home.
Right.
So be careful.
Yep.
Be careful out there out in the
Get
streets,
there
y'all.
safe.
Get there safely. It's not that serious. If you're late, you're late. Whatever.
Well, guys, we want to talk a little bit about locally how what's going on in our community, guys. Let's cover some things in our community.
So,
we want to start at. We just had a nice swearing in down with our council. So what's the temperature in our city and how are we moving, guys?
Ooh, child, I don't know.
Where do we start? Where do we start?
I don't know.
Ooh, I shared something with them too. I didn't share with you, Brother Robert. So we're
Rich got an interesting phone call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but can we talk about something else first?
Oh yeah.
Hi Becky, how are you? Thank you, girl. I tried to know.
Well, one thing I will start off because I think it's just important, guys, as far as how can we, and the Queen talks about it, about making yourself available, but also how can we start leading with positive energy? So why I say that is, if we're saying that this new council, the city council that we have now, that's been formed and been duly elected, how can we have a positive attitude and really work to encourage them to listen to the public, and that the public will be giving them, their marching orders to really get some things done, in their first 60 or 90 days and holding them accountable. I think my question is it possible for us to have a positive attitude and give everybody a clean slate?
You know what? It is possible. However, it's hard, right? Especially for the ones that's already been on the council.
Okay.
Right. So I think it is possible to give a clean slate. However, you have to give us something to go by to even, make us say, okay, you know what? Whatever. I'm gonna clear all of that you said and all that you did last time. We're gonna start out fresh and we're gonna start out new. It makes it hard when your track record is it's trash as it is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like, let's just call it out. So if I was to have a conversation with Eva, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And I say, listen here, Miss Worthing, I really want to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
I really want to clear the slate with you. I really want to have the faith that you are really going to do this for the people. And it's not just because you got some animosity towards Eric Mays or whomever it is that you have an animosity to, Jerry Winfrey Carter, whoever. I really want to believe that the people are your top concern. So with that being said, these things that we've been battling for all these years should be the things at the top of your list. Like, I don't understand why we're still discussing like these menial things when we still don't have clean water.
Exactly.
So it makes it really hard to do that. However, because y'all know I am super positivity all the time, right? My glass is always half full. And if it gets to the point where I feel like it's half empty, it's a glass. I'm gonna fill it up. Right. So, however, it makes it really hard to do that when you are continuously showing these things that don't give us any reason to have any hope and any faith in you doing things for the people. Okay. That's how I feel about it.
Okay.
Oh, let's just say this. I got a question. Let's just say we give them all a clean slate. How long is it going to stay clean? That's the question.
I think in the process of it being clean, as far as they will be dedicated to focusing on the needs of the people, zeroing out the water.
How do you
60 or 90 days?
Do you?
60 or 90 days.
The thing that, like, I'm just gonna give this one person a clear slate.
Okay.
Off bat. I try to talk positive. Let's talk about Ajax, something that we both have in common. He don't like it. I don't like it.
Okay. Who can we say who the he is?
Yeah, you can say the he if you want to.
Who we talk? Oh, we talking about who we talking about earlier?
Yeah,
about Quincy Murphy.
Yeah, we'll talk about him.
Okay.
So when I get a phone call from him, I'm expecting. Let's talk about, because he know me, I know him. Let's talk about Ajax. Let's talk about something that we have in common. Or maybe let's talk about Jefferson, to where we both have the same goal, but different agendas. But they both include that building. So let's talk, call me up. You city council.
Okay, so we already know where we stand with Ajax. What's the deal with Jefferson?
The Jefferson school is a school that he went to. That's in the third ward.
He wants the school.
And he basically wants the school.
I got you. Okay.
And I don't mind him having a piece of the school, because I realize that school is going to take programs, not a programmer. It's going to take a lot. Just all of our successful schools that have been converted into activity centers or whatever you want to call it. Let's go with Dewey, which is now the Sabresso Broom Center. Yeah. Programs. Bunch, which is now the Flint Development Center. Programs. Yeah. You don't have just no one entity passing out water and pass the Archer's case. And you don't have just one entity renting out the gym. That's a school. So that's something that's something that we need. That's something that we need to talk about. That maybe we can't argue, but come to a good agreement on.
Not argue, but debate.
Quincy's going to be an argument. I'm ready to argue. Let's argue, Quincy, over this.
All right.
That's because Quincy like to say we're going this way.
Okay.
And if you don't say you're going this way. Quincy like I said, like what our conversation was about his mama. You talked about my mama. And the only thing I said about his mama is that if nobody else know him, she know him.
No, I can agree that you did not say anything.
I ain't
bad
say
about
nothing.
her.
I didn't say nothing bad about
Did
it,
not say anything
but
bad
I
about
can
his mother.
understand.
You
But I can
said
understand
that. You
it.
said that she was sitting at the polls and she was telling the old ladies vote for my baby.
And if my mama
That's
would
not
have,
nothing
and
bad.
look, and if my
Every
mama would have
do
been
that. I would do that
alive,
for my
and his
baby.
mama was at Bursting, my mama would have been at Bursting, and I don't know what would have happened at Bursting, but my mama wasn't alive, and they wasn't up there telling people to vote for their babies. So,
It's her baby, but you didn't say
so
anything bad about it.
I'm not. I like Quincy Murphy, mama. I talked to her at the polls.
Well, that's what I said. You didn't say
I want what's best for the city of Flint, not just the third ward.
I wholeheartedly believe that.
And I want to talk about what I have in common. Mm-hmm. I don't want him to call up and talk about a misinterpretation about your mama. Let's get together and talk about this Ajax what we got in common. Maybe it's something I can do while you're at Lear that you can't do because you're at Lear. Maybe it's something I can do because you're at city council meeting and you can't do it because you're at city council meeting. Right. Maybe it's somebody you can talk to because now you are a city council member, but I can't talk to because I'm not a city council member. Mm-hmm.
And
that's all I'm saying.
And I think when you said what you just said is the strategy that we fail to use, because white devils are clear about maintaining their power. And a lot of times they don't like each other, but they will work together. And when you think about any positions that we may be in the front or the back, we should be covering one another.
Absolutely.
Just like when you mentioned Ajax, even with the Ajax situation, Mayor Neely, along with Kildee, Ananick, and all those people in those positions should have put a stop to that, number one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Even when we go back and forth about even Jefferson, when you put it on paper and you got a proposal and then you got a 3 to 5 year money back plan, that's what Jefferson is going to offer to the community, then you can say how other board members in the community can get behind, even when you're dealing with Quincy Murphy.
Right.
So a lot of times we get in these positions or these pseudo positions. I'm going to take my ball and go home because I didn't get elected. Mm-hmm. My feelings are hurt. As opposed to, I love what you said. You at work or wherever, you should be able to call me, Brother Roberts. I need you to do this. I'm astute. I got the information. Mm-hmm. Nobody's lying or cheating. This is what we need to do. We're working on this outline for Jefferson to become a reality. Not keep talking about it. Mm-hmm. Let's make it happen. And my plantation make things happen overnight because they got the money. A lot of times we council members and all these people in the city be going back and forth, arguing and talking, and the political roundtable people don't have no money.
I have two issues with that because I wholeheartedly agree with you. The first issue I have is I think that we are at this thing where we're doing a disservice to the whole world and with our children as well. And I've said this before, that everybody gets a trophy bull, and that's how they feel. They feel like everybody get a trophy, right? And that's not reality.
No, it's not.
It's a loser somewhere. Somebody got to lose. And everybody get a trophy is not reality. It's setting you up to be a punk. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it really is. It's foolishness. And that's the mentality that they're having as well. And then my second thing is, I see your comment, Ms. Becky Brown. Becky Brown said they must understand comments come with the position. That's exactly what I was thinking. If you don't want nobody to say nothing about you, your mama, your baby, your anybody, you can't be in no position like this at all, because it's somebody coming for somebody, whether it be positively or it's negatively, they're coming. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you're going to have a whole bunch of phone calls to be making if people are saying that. And then you got to have discernment. Discernment. And if you don't know what that is, please research and look it up, because discernment is a lot of what's missing in the world. Discernment. Discernment. You gotta have discernment, because if that's the battle that you fighting all the time, you're never gonna win the war.
Never.
Because you're gonna have 17,000 battles you haven't, because you don't have discernment.
That's good.
You gotta have discernment. I'm not calling everybody because they say something about me.
Right.
I could care. Listen, I literally couldn't care less what anybody has to say, because I'm me. You gonna love it or shove it. Is what you're gonna do.
And then when you think about it, about how throughout the history of mankind, we weaponize a lie. And that's intentional, because again, when you got receipts, you don't have to say nothing.
Absolutely.
See, the thing about how we can get fooled and tricked, like Malcolm said, again, we have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, gone amok, because we keep wanting to chase the bag and be famous and not put no work in. We want to shine up and look good, and we full of crap. Because ain't nobody willing to die. Nobody willing to die. And you're not willing to upset your wage slave master on your job. So again, we perpetrate it. Unless we're going to be committed to, like I always say, and the brother got to be clear about it, the power lies in the people. When we decide to say enough is enough, this country cannot run. This country cannot run. It cannot run. If you stop spending your money, stop buying the white man's vehicle, electric vehicle, stop buying your Gucci purses, and you young men stop shooting and killing each other over nothing. Down there in Memphis, Tennessee, man. Just the rapper just gonna shoot him down, man, over some beef. They killing each other, y'all, over a song. And they're gonna shoot up the restaurant, man. Y'all think about that mentality, man. They down there got a restaurant, and they trying to put back into the community. They getting the beef over a song, shoot the brother. 2 days later, come by and shoot up the restaurant, y'all.
I got a question for you. Ain't Trayvon Martin killer still living? George Zimmerman?
Amen.
They ain't gonna kill him, though.
Ain't gonna kill him.
Ain't gonna kill
Still
him.
living, walking around here,
Killing other
doing
people.
doing all the stuff that he was doing before with no issues and no problem.
issues.
You know why? Because we allow it.
Selling-
And that's the same thing that we doing with city council.
selling minimum
We allowing
wage.
them. Yeah, and we allowing it. We allowing it. Ain't nobody stepped up to do anything.
And that's
No citizens arrest, nothing.
nothing. And that's how the system got us tricked, because they know all we gonna do is march and talk, but ain't gonna bust a grape, ain't gonna strap on no nuclear fuel, ain't gonna, like you say, like, and one thing,
one of the most dangerous cities in the world. Where y'all at?
you can say what you want to say about
Self-inflicted dangerous.
You can say what you want to say about Timothy McVeigh and all them kind of people, but one thing you gotta respect: their commitment to killing and taking lives, y'all.
What they believe.
What they believe in. Hey, Jim Jones, you gotta believe in what they say. Drink the Kool-Aid. We so coward. I mean, you think about how Floyd Mayweather and Jay-Z just cowards, y'all. They're gearing up for this halftime show. And again, we are being enslaved, mentally destroyed, perverted with this National Football League and this basketball garbage. And we continue to play ball while they cutting off our phalluses every day. It's totally insane. And we think we're going to get something different here in Flint. And again, unless we take and say downtown right now, City Hall should be packed with the community. Saying no, we are not, unless y'all going to address, like we talked about it, y'all, water, zero out the water. The water got to be zeroed out, y'all. Absolutely. Bring these trucks, these garbage trucks got to come back. We want to run our own garbage collection thing, right? Because that gives jobs to the community. Take land bank back, y'all. Eliminate this blight, guys. And again, and we need to check all this money that's going into these different areas that have nothing to do with black and brown people, and demand that the north side be the new Black Wall Street. They done spent $1.5 billion downtown Flint. And crumbs on the north side.
Hey, guess who's Bizak? Hey, welcome back, Darius. Welcome back. You right here, sir. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Good angle. It's a good angle, Mickey.
Look it.
It's a good angle, man. I'm saying it's a good angle.
Yeah, you good.
Come on,
Look
man.
at Darius back.
Man.
What's up, new daddy?
What's going on?
New daddy? Darius is a
excited.
new daddy of a
Excited.
beautiful baby boy.
Yeah, my junior.
Yeah.
My junior, yeah.
Hey, mommy.
My
Shouts
junior.
out to you, too.
My
You did a
junior.
great job.
Yeah,
He's
Bebe
beautiful.
took care of that. Bebe took care of that. Huh?
So listen, here's the thing. I agree with you with that. And you said we're not gonna do anything but march. You know what my problem with that is?
Mm-hmm.
Is that we're gonna march one time for the one time, and we're not gonna do nothing else after that.
Nothing else.
We're not gonna go back out there. We're not gonna march again. We're not gonna flood the streets. We're not gonna sit on the lawn.
Come on.
We're not gonna sit in the building.
Or like you said, them white people on January the 6th, they
Man,
bust
listen.
up in there. They bust up in there.
Kick their
You
feet
got-
up on
you
their
got-
desk
you-
and all that,
You gotta
didn't
respect their hustle. What them white people do?
Taking pictures like these.
Come on now, holla,
Right?
holla.
They did all of that.
They took a Nancy
Yeah.
Pelosi laptop.
Listen,
Listen, what I tell you, brother Ross, what I tell you, I say, man, we done voted, we done marched, we done talked, we done even threatened. A few times we didn't even threaten.
yeah.
We ain't show no action on
No
nothing.
action, man.
Not
It's
for
been
real.
nice to be white.
Man,
we ain't
man,
about no
bunch
action.
of threatening Negroes.
Come on,
Mhm.
threatening Negro.
You know what I'm saying? I tell you, I
Sad.
said the only way anything finna change is if we shut it down.
Shut it down.
We gotta be down at the city hall, going
Yep.
in them buildings,
Yep.
Come
and
on.
the whole city down there. It ain't no reason for not to have the whole city down there.
Lockdown.
Man, it ain't no reason not to.
Nothing more.
Everybody in the city of Flint is dealing with the same issue.
Same issue.
Okay, what you
Absolutely.
think? Okay, what you think? Okay, what you think?
What you think?
I don't care what you think. And if you paid and you good, then your family, somebody in your family ain't.
Ain't. Sure not.
So it's still
Somebody.
affecting you. It's still affecting you. It's still affecting you.
You can pretend that it's not.
Man, I'm just confused. I don't understand why we not down there.
And again, somebody asked that earlier. You know, they're confused. Don't be confused because again, guys, Willie Lynch, 1712. This where we at today has been intentionally done to us. We have been taught, trained, and bred to hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
We have been taught, trained, bred to kill and be jealous and envy of each other.
Mm-hmm.
How many times we look at each other going down the street in a car? I don't care clothes. I don't care what it is.
Mm-hmm.
We are jealous and envy of each other instead of saying, "Proud of you, sister. I'm proud of
Proud
you."
of you.
brother."
Mhm.
Hey man, tell
Mhm.
me how to do that.
Mhm.
How did you get that
Right.
house?
Mhm.
Matter of fact, how did you get that business? Would you teach
Mhm.
me
You like
how to do that?
what's the recipe?
What's the recipe?
Mm-mm.
Come on now,
Mm-mm.
give me the
Mm-mm.
gumbo.
Mm-mm.
But
What's
no,
the
no,
recipe?
no. We've been
That's
talking.
humble.
We've been talking about a master as far as how to destroy
Mhm.
and kill one
Mhm.
another. This white man has masterfully created the American Negro to do his bidding. The white man is laughing and he enjoying what we doing to ourselves.
Amen.
They ain't got to say nothing no
Mhm.
more about the KKK or nothing, because you know you got the Supreme Court is the ultimate, and they don't have to wear no white robes no more.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Come on now, you know the real KKK is the law enforcement justice system all over this country,
Mm-hmm.
and they back it up. And when you can see what's going on in Flint alone, man, you got a helicopter.
Yeah.
A helicopter. And kids can't read, y'all. You got a helicopter and we got dirty water.
A helicopter we can't use yet, right?
No, they didn't use it, but
Yeah.
they.
Oh,
Can I say something?
Of course you can.
Why do they have to brag about doing something? I mean, like they so infrequently do something. Like they did a big cleanup.
Mm-hmm.
I see all on Facebook. One of my friends, he a nearly light or whatever you is, and he's sharing on there. He's not even a friend of mine, but he makes sure this stuff crosses my page about how great of a guy this guy is, and I'm like, and with this helicopter, they need to be quiet about the helicopter because seen Chief Green asking for some more money about this helicopter already.
Oh, God.
And we have, I heard somebody was getting up saying that the state police don't do certain phone calls. Why don't y'all take that money, stop pump faking, add it to these salaries of these police officers that every time we say we need more police officers, y'all say we're trying to hire them. Go ahead and say, here's enough money. Go through the academy, stay with us.
Nah, you know what?
Here's enough money, stay with and give the ones that you currently have enough benefits in situation. Maybe even one of these houses that I've been trying to talk about besides these apartments that y'all building. And that's try to build a police force in Flint.
Listen, let me tell you how I feel about the police force. I don't care nothing about none of that. I feel like we need to police our own. We need to do our own
Where's
work.
the police doing? We pay.
Nothing.
The taxes is coming out. They getting
Beating on
paid.
us, killing us.
What are they doing? What are they doing, Rich?
Beating on us,
What are they
killing us.
doing, Rich? You saying
I'm
pull
not-
more taxes from the citizens?
What I'm saying is.
Y'all talking over each
Oh, I'm sorry.
Talking over each other. Go ahead and talk.
You saying pull more money from the citizens to get more cops, so they can some more cops can continue to do the same thing that they're doing now, because
Okay,
they not pulling. It's not
don't-
like they coming to get. They're not pulling from the city.
I could
Police by
I
people
could
that live
I could
outside the
understand
city.
you.
It's a hobby for them.
I
but
could
at this
understand
point-
you if you was talking about a city that was really being governed by their own police force. We have more Morris police ride through the city of Flint. We have way more state police riding through the streets of Flint. And what I'm saying is we need to convert our situations and this money, because the state police is getting paid way more than our police. I think the Mount Morris police is a little bit under the Flint police. I'm not sure, but their activity is way lower than the Flint police.
So with that being said, then why you gotta jump through all these hoops and do? No, listen to what I'm saying. Hold on. This is all I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
Then if this is the thing and this is the case, and you saying we need to get our own in, then why we gotta jump through so many hoops in order to do it? This man shouldn't have to. No, listen to what I'm saying. This man got out of penitentiary. He is doing a great job in life. He is a great product of the city, right? Why can't he put on something and he can go? But they gonna tell him no, he can't because he been in. You get what I'm saying? So you want that to be the city, but you don't even want to do nothing to get nobody there.
This is what I'm saying. We need to address. Instead of spending $300,000 on a helicopter, put that money towards hiring those police officers. Instead of all of this other nonsense, put that money towards restoring our. We have officers patrolling the street, and like I just said before, the state police are patrolling our streets, and they can't answer all calls.
But do you get what I'm saying? You want more people out there, but what I'm saying is, Rich, is that everybody's track record ain't clean. And if that's what the hell you looking for, then you don't have shit on the street. So is what I'm saying. You missing my point. I'm not saying that, okay, if that's what you want to do, then that's fine. But what I'm saying is Brother Roberts wouldn't be able to do it because he got a tick on his. He wouldn't be able to do it because he got a tick on his. I don't want to do it. You get what I'm saying? I'm 5'4", 153 pounds. So what? I'm supposed to chase somebody his size and do all of that? I'm not about to do all that.
I ain't asking you to do it.
But you saying we need the police, and you saying that we don't have the citizens doing it. And my point is,
I didn't say nothing about the citizens. I said
you said you need to be the city. We are the citizens. We the city.
I said I would rather take the money instead of spending it on the helicopters, taking it and hiring those police officers. They always say that they got 10 police officers. That's what I'm saying. I ain't saying nothing about no language.
No.
Dude, am I making sense? Am I saying something wrong?
Clearly you're making sense. But even when you think about what Rich is really saying, and again, I think that's how we lose the conversation. Because in our minds, we have no historical context about policing. Policing was started to catch and control runaway slaves.
Absolutely.
Number one, police were started to protect white property. We were and our property. So if you're talking about reforming the police, where it's more palatable to those members in the community, that you get those members in the community, train them and get them on the force,
What you
and
on,
then
Mr. Martin?
and then
Please.
and then
Yeah,
allow them
Man.
allow them to have a relationship with the people that they are patrolling, because when you got an hostile force that's coming into a community to bust heads, they're not coming into our community as peacekeepers. Y'all remember, they're not coming in as peace. They're coming in to destroy. So again, we need people like you're saying, Rich, about the helicopter. I agree. That money should be used for people in our community to be trained to handle those positions. But let's keep in mind, the relationship to anything when we think about crime is connected to opportunities. When you create more jobs and opportunities, you reduce crime. That is a proven fact. When you have opportunities, you need less policing because we will police ourselves.
Absolutely.
And then when you look at our community, if our community had resources, we had real resources, we would be a community where we all are policing one another because we love our community, we proud of our blocks, we proud out of our neighborhoods. We're doing some things. Each little hood is in little light competition with each other. It's about beautifying, flowers, all those kind of things.
Right.
And even when you got Bubba or Malik acting a fool, you got those men in the community that's checking Bubba and Malik and putting them in check. And so even when you got Shirley or Mercedes, you know, we can put our young ladies in check because we got women, not girls. We got women that are helping to teach our women, our young ladies, how to be young women.
Absolutely.
So when you got the collective, which is from our ancestral base, our ancestral base is based on communal. We get over here in the West, I got it myself, I get it my own, you figure it out, I ain't gonna help you. That is not a recipe for success. That's that white European, I want to be Becky with the good hair and Clarence Thomas insanity.
And with that being said, thank you. And with that being said, Mr. Martin.
I was gonna say basically, Derek Moses saying y'all sound like civil rights leaders.
He said we are doing the white man's bidding with great platform and elementary convo. Sir, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, sir. Let me tell you something, sir. The white man's bidding gets nothing here. Not nothing.
Man.
And you know that for a fact. We ain't doing no white man's bid. Now I'm sure that you know some people that do that. I don't know what you on tonight, but white man's bidding is nothing we do here. And if you know Brother Roberts, then you know damn well that he ain't doing not nan white man's bidding around here. Don't do that. And you, matter of fact, come see us. You come up here right now. Come see us right now. Let's talk about it. Come see us.
Yeah. What is his program?
Peacekeepers.
Peacekeepers.
How's they moving out in the streets?
No, I don't want you to listen. I want you to come see us. Come talk about it.
How's this movement going?
Nah, we ain't.
I don't see it.
We ain't gonna do it. We ain't gonna
Well,
do it.
let's be clear, because
No, it's
even
not.
when, remember what Malcolm said, you know, Malcolm was very clear about how, you know, the white man uses us against each other.
Right.
Just like what this brother just said.
Right.
You know, the white man can always get another brother to criticize and destroy another brother to support the white man's agenda. And again, it's all about receipts.
Man.
And so one thing that we have to get away from is
Just throwing stuff out.
throwing shots at one another and talking about solutions. Because once we identify what the problem is, then like my brother Darius say, and I think, we keep talking over it because there's some simple facts, guys. America's capitalism is a business.
Mm-hmm.
Shut a business down,
Mm-hmm.
you have a conversation
Mm-hmm.
with the owner.
Until
And I
then-
think that's it, guys.
Until then,
We all faking.
complaining
If you
employees.
want
Until
to
then, you just
a
on the phone
peacekeeper, I don't care
complaining
who
all
you
day.
are. I don't keep Nation of Islam. I don't care who you
Yeah.
are. NAACP, Urban League, you all for the stitch. Because again, unless you're willing to shut it down, to stop spending your money with people and places that diametrically opposed to your existence. I mean, not buy no gas,
Right.
not buy no food.
Right.
I mean, for real.
Right.
Because a lot of times we get in the position because, again, we are so intentional on wanting to be white.
Man.
We dream about being white. Oh, you remember the last poet, white thighs, white thighs. Ooh, white thighs. Oh, white thighs, white thighs. Come on, my white thighs. I just love my white thighs. I mean, you look at all the athletes. They get with white women. Serena Williams got a white man. Totally unacceptable. So before you start to capitulate as far as complaining, let's talk about some solutions that we really can do. And there's some things we can do.
That's it.
My thing with that is that, I think that when we do that to each other, when to sit up, or like he said, stop crying about, what they should be doing and this and that. Having a discussion about it and coming up with a solution is not a cry. It's not. And if we are discussing it with each other to come up with solutions, then that's something a little bit more than other people are doing, because it's easy to get on your computer and type in all of this foolishness, right?
Yeah.
It's easy to do that.
But
it's easy to be a keyboard gangster.
right.
It is. But it ain't.
Now, Brother D, he get out there, he try to represent.
I'm not saying that he don't. I know exactly who he is. Listen, you ain't got to defend him, not to me, because I know who he is. And I'm not saying, you didn't hear me not one time say that he don't go out and he don't do nothing, because he's the peacekeepers and all of that. I know exactly who he is. You ain't got to defend him to me.
Okay.
You ain't got to do that. But what I'm saying is that it's easy to do that. You done been up here before. You can talk about it, but when
every time he takes shots when y'all be doing on this ain't his first time doing that. That's what's wrong.
And he's been invited. He's been invited.
He takes shots. 1 minute he say it's a great platform, but a kiddish conversation. What's a kiddish conversation? Kids don't talk about this.
Absolutely
No,
not.
he takes shots all the time, but that's the problem we have. All these groups take shots at each other, but don't follow.
But not even only that. They don't even want to come together. Don't even want to come together.
Everybody. Oh, we for the city. Oh, we for the city. We for the city. Are you really for the city? Are you really for the city? Because you ain't never heard me say anything about anything wrong about the man up peacekeepers. Not one time. It's just not gonna happen. Hold on, Rich. That's just not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And if I ever felt some type of way, I had anything to say about it, I would come to you or Jaleel face to face about it. That's what men do. I would do that. I wouldn't be typing it, just keeping it 100 with you. So you know where we at, the building we at. You could come up here and that could be a face-to-face conversation. That's what men do. You know what I mean? So you're not gonna get no text back. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing bad about man. The peacekeepers, man.
I think we should be working together.
We saying we need all the groups to get together. If we for real about Flint, about the city, we should be able to get together. All the people that's in these groups, that's enough people to be downtown getting stuff, shutting stuff down. Like no more playing, no more talking, no more, well, we doing this what we doing, this what we doing. Ain't nothing getting done for real. Because they just still messing over us. Their agenda is still being pushed. Still being pushed.
And so when he say that, let's be clear about receipts. Today I was at the county jail for 3 hours. Monday, and not pat myself on the back. Monday morning, 7 o'clock, we up at Doyle Ryder and Scott School greeting the students as they come into the building. Wednesday, I mentor urban Boy Scouts from 4 to 6, and then the Flint Flame from 6 to 7. So the point that I'm making is there are things that we are doing. Black Lives Matter is working on a holiday drive. So there's things that our community can get behind that we are doing. It's not that we just come on here to just talk and be unintelligent and just cry and whine and moan and think we are entertaining one another. This whole platform was designed to make sure that we are feeding our community with information where it will spark someone's mind to do something where they are, to not wait on somebody else.
Absolutely.
Because it ain't about you or any of us being no leader. It's about what assets you have and you are willing to say, I'm going to help teach somebody how to read. I'm going to help walk somebody to school. I'm going to help protect this grandmother or grandfather. I'm going to do what I can without asking anybody else for help. And then when there's a call out for us to come together, then we supposed to heed the call and come.
Absolutely.
That's what we're supposed to be doing. We are not, it is important for us to critique one another. I want anyone to tell me, Brother Robert, you are doing something wrong. I'm good with that. Help me, because I really don't know it all.
Well, see, and that's the problem, though. How many times we done sat up here and sent out the bat signal, and ain't now one of y'all Negroes came up here. Don't talk that talk, and you ain't coming when we send the bat signal. I don't want to hear that shit. For real. I'm not even trying to be funny about that, but not right now. I'm just on some real shit. I don't want to hear that shit. And when I send the bat signal, when I say that we need this and we doing that, and don't none of y'all come, don't talk that shit to me. Flat out. I don't want to hear that. I sent out the back signal. I'm out here. I'm doing it. I don't want to hear that. For real. Flat out.
Yeah.
Want to go to your segment?
Yes, sir. Let's go to my segment. All right. Okay, guys. Again, this is another installment of our History Impact. And again, I'm always trying to follow the protocol. Wakanda in the house. I'm always trying to follow the protocol for this COVID. I really take that serious. And again, I just want to thank our community for giving me a few seconds with our History Impact. Today's History Impact is going to be dealing with, 1954. What happened in 1954? When you think about Adlai Stevenson, and did anybody ever remember about the Southern Strategy? What was the Southern Strategy about? Anybody in our audience know what the Southern Strategy, what was the heart of the Southern Strategy? And that was dealing with the Nixon time, and you're dealing with those Dixiecrats. If anybody recall the Dixiecrats and how serious the Dixiecrats was, well, Adlai Stevenson came up with this thing saying that, back then you couldn't say nigga. No, you couldn't say that, man. You had to be abstract. So being abstract means you got to say forced busing, cut taxes, crime. You use those kind of terminologies, right? Because when you are saying those abstract words with power behind them, with laws behind them, they hurt Black people more than white people. So when you think about cutting taxes, and y'all always hear cut taxes, the Republicans are always on cut taxes, cut taxes. Forced busing, all this fear mongering. And so what it does is, especially for uneducated people, it drives up fear of the brown and Black people that we are asking for something for nothing. And I want y'all to get this. Do you know corporate welfare, from the military to multinational businesses, get more free money from the federal government than any social program? That's real talk, guys. So a lot of times when they talk about smaller government, all these people talk about smaller government and they work for the government. All these senators and congressmen, the kind of money many of them come into their office in that position, not rich, but before they leave, they are millionaires, guys. So what happened back in 1954, guys,
if y'all remember Brown versus Board of Education, all that hoopla, do you know in several states, they literally closed the school down so they wouldn't have to integrate guys?
Yeah.
Do you know they had covenants and ordinance put into real estate and inside city where they drew lines, red line, purple lines, pink line, say no black people across these boundaries, guys. Real talk. And they did not say nigga, nigga, nigga. They raised the prices where you couldn't even get in there. And then they had the full court press. They had the full court press because they had every level of the law that was protecting their resources, meaning their area of control. Just like with this Ajax company. That 23 quarter said y'all ain't bringing it down there. But they made sure they brought it over to the black community. Ananek, no white black person in any kind of leadership stood up and say, y'all cannot bring that poison entity to this community that's already been poisoned. They have allowed it. So that goes to show you again about our community not being respected. So the history that I'm trying to share with you guys as far as how these things are interchangeable. Just because time has changed, and many times the players have changed, the system is still intact. When you think about Jim Crow, Esquire, that's the grandson and the great-grandson of those same devils that wrote the Constitution that didn't include us. That's the same devils that said we were 3/5 of a human being. That's the same devil that said at one time in 1865, the so-called emancipation, when we supposed to be free, they came right back and started the convict leasing law and the peonage law, meaning that you get a felony, you are instantly locked back up, meaning they can work you to death for free. And that's what's going on right now. My brother Darius talks about this. I'm going to close out. You men and women and you family members that got men and brothers and sisters and loved ones that are in these prison plantations across the country. We're trying to start a conversation to get all of them to stop working for these prison plantations because they are being exploited, and we need to shut this country down because many of those prisoners are making items for Fortune 500 companies. Victoria's Secrets, Eldrum, T-Mobile, Avon, the list go on and on and on, that these men and women in these plantations are getting exploited, making all this money for all these other companies, and they're not getting a dime. So again, even though time has changed, the system haven't. Again, I'm Brother Hubert Naeem Roberts, and as always, please hit me up. Again, my number is 810-394-4105. Email is mentorroberts@gmail.com. Remember, we are having a holiday drive. We're looking for individuals to drop off new items, everything that you can imagine from underwear, toys, it doesn't matter. Please drop off at our office. We're taking in donations also. Non-perishable item. Thank you, Queen. And again, what we're trying to do is, again, guys, we're trying to be the spark, be the change that we want to be. And we are trying to do the work and not complain. We're putting some things in place to make happen. We're looking for more people to come join Black Lives Matter Flint. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to think that you're going to get killed or lose your job. We need black and white, purple and pink. We need people that's sincere about change and are willing to die for what's right, for the next level, and then for our grandchildren. Because we are going to die, but we need those men and women in the community that's going to be committed to come on board, be a part of Black Lives Matter Flint. Again, Wakanda out.
Absolutely. Thank you. That was a great history impact. We love hearing all of these things and getting fed these jewels. We appreciate you so much.
Oh, yes. Thank you, my sister. Thank you, my queen.
As Brother Robert said, we are having this holiday drive. And again, it's gonna be on my birthday, December 18th.
Queen's
You gotta
birthday.
come out. You gotta come out and see me. At least come out and say happy birthday. We do need donations for these new perishable items, non-perishable items, new clothes, shoes, socks, underwear, deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush, hats, gloves, anything.
Winter jackets.
Winter coats, toys,
Yes.
backpacks, books. I love books. I love books.
Books. And then we want you to register
I love books
early.
as a gift if you think about getting me some.
Yeah. And they're going to be pre-registration. We want you to register early, please. There's a registration process also, guys.
Mickey, is my mic
I got
muted?
you, right. What
Oh, okay.
happened,
We sorry, Becky. He was
his
doing.
history impact. I cut y'all's off.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
Okay,
But
you want me to say it again, Miss Becky? My birthday is December 18th.
Holla.
And that
Queen's
is our holiday
birthday.
drive from 2 to 6 p.m. right here at the Oak Business Center. We do need those donations, guys. We need non-perishable items. We need new. Please be new.
Please be new.
Clothes, shoes, book bags, socks, underwear, deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste, hats, gloves, coats, jackets, sweaters, scarves, all of those things. Long johns. Those babies
And
need.
please register early so you can receive these items. Your family can receive these items.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
So,
Okay, we want to get to a little national news, or we want to work on some national
wait,
stuff?
before we get on the national stuff, can we talk about the Board of Education meeting?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Can we talk about that first?
Yes, I was able to attend the Board of Education meeting last night. We have been talking about that a little bit and going down there and having a presence. I put together some information that I left with the board. I think it's very important. Just don't go down there and talk, that you leave them with some information. I started off by telling them about Involved Dads, mentoring program how we greeting the students at 5 different schools. I also told them about the Men of Valor programs like the Dads on Duty down in Louisiana, about encouraging the board to be a part of walking the halls.
Mm-hmm.
Really challenging them. I challenged them to be involved, not just sit in their position, but come out in the community and interact with our future.
That's good.
With our scholars. I also talked about building new schools. I talked about the importance that our children are in a hostile environment, and many of the teachers do not like them at all. I talked to them also the importance of the need for us to stop using outsource. They are using teachers that are outsourced, meaning temporary teachers. They have more substitute teachers, and they really just doing the CC, a chair and a check. They're not concerned about educating our children at all.
Right.
So it's a game to them. They're using EduStaff and Red Rover. And again, those are some agencies, temp agencies that have a poor rating as far as the quality of teachers that they provide. And again, it goes back to funding and the money. Now, the board got a lot of money. And they also mentioned about some things. They're looking for some money concerning the last superintendent. I guess they had some salt contracts, snow removal contracts where somehow, because last year was COVID, now they're trying to find where did that money go, and then a new contract for some more money for the same item. Again, then they was talking to the virtual people that deals with the Zoom, and they finding out that they have over 48 positions that are unfilled. We need to have those positions filled by people locally. And then I wanted to stress even more about getting our children back from these suburbs. Our children are being bussed out into the suburbs, into these hostile environments that these communities hate them. And so our children are already suffering from their own internal situation, being in poverty. And then we're sending them out to people that are diametrically opposed to our existence. We're sending our children out, our precious future, our greatest minds, out to be poisoned and destroyed. Who does that? You go, and that goes to show you the insanity of Black people.
We are sending our children away to these charter schools, and our children are getting dumber and dumber. Dumber and dumber. The last thing I talked about that we're demanding Black history curriculum. When you're dealing with American history, it excludes Black history. The Black experience in this country is fundamental to this country from day one, even before the Europeans got here. And we got to start. It ain't about no CRT, critical race theory. It got nothing to do with that.
Right.
Black history is a part of this country's history, and it should be respected and it should be taught. I also talked about the trades. We need to bring trades back, wood shop, metal shop, green technology, solar. Talked about that also, and I left all that information with our board. One of the members did come and talk to me further. A young man, I appreciate him for doing that. We converse and exchange emails, and he's going to help to follow up with his board members. I had a fraternity brother there, Kevin Jones. He's acting superintendent. He did not come down there and speak to me at all. Totally unacceptable. Again, it goes to show us, even our own brothers and sisters that's supposed to be a part of us.
Wow.
And again, it's unacceptable
Wow.
how we behave with one another. And again, I'm putting it on blast because I was perturbed. He could at least acknowledge the brother, you know, because that's what we do when we're in our meetings.
Right.
Real talk. It's all brotherly love then. But in front of the Becky and Clarence with the good hair, oh no. I don't know that Negro, because that Negro's a nationalist, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, that's what happened last night at the school board meeting.
So did they discuss the unmasking of the children?
No, ma'am.
December 22nd?
No, ma'am.
That is so interesting that they did not discuss.
Well,
that.
you know, this is my daughter say this her thing. She say the teachers tired of us. They trying to force us back into virtual.
Yeah.
That's what they trying to do. So the teachers is fed up. They don't want to teach at all. So what is that?
And that's interesting coming from your daughter because she goes to Clio. She goes to Clio. She's not even in the Flint Public School.
It's that bad everywhere. Teachers do not want to teach.
Wow. That's unfortunate. And you know what? And I can understand their plight, you know, on some levels, right? Because it's a handful of them, but it's 17 handfuls of students, right? So they have 35, 45 students to one teacher. That's a lot.
Well, I can say this. I think that we got it screwed up because when you think the stock market is going to has made some of the most money it ever made in the history of the stock market, even with the pandemic and everything going on. And then you guys was talking earlier about the police. If we paid our teachers fairly and responsibly, again, teachers need to be paid like they doctors and lawyers. They need to have all the benefits, all the health care, everything. And there's no way in the world that any teacher should have a room that's got over 15 students. That's unacceptable.
It's very unacceptable.
That's unacceptable. You can't have a class with 25 students.
If you pay them appropriately,
You pay them, man.
What they do for what they really mean.
Because that's when you say on the front end.
What they mean.
It ain't on the front end. You pay the teachers.
You won't have this problem.
You don't have to. You don't need no police.
Yeah, you won't have these
If you pay the teachers, you don't need no police, man.
You pay them teachers for real.
You don't need no police.
You'll have more than enough space because you have more than enough people teaching.
Come on, man.
More than enough people be going to college, get the degree, and be
certified.
teaching.
Come on,
it's worth it.
It is.
Because we paying them for what they are worth to our community. If you notice, the worse the education got, the worse the education got, the worse the city got.
The worse the city got.
Everything.
Come on, and that's directly related. That's it, man. And that's done on purpose. Yeah, and then I want to put another call out. I'm a returning citizen, and I'm not ashamed of it. Returning citizens need an opportunity to work.
That's right.
We need an opportunity to be treated fairly like human beings and get out of the shadows. You guys that are trans and gay and want to lick on one another can do everything y'all want to do. But we as men and women that have paid our dues, we out here on the front line. and I deserve to be able to work in the position and the job that I want to do and hold my head up. I'm not that person before when somebody robbed me and I took the law into my own hand. That was 35 years ago. I went to prison when I was 29 years old. I'm 65. Come on now. Enough is enough, man.
It is. And my thing with that, Brother Roberts, I agree with you wholeheartedly because, you know, you and I just had a conversation about that. And what I was just saying about Rich and the police officers or whatever, you expect for people to have a clean slate about things. And that's just not life. It's just not reality, right?
No.
And everybody deserves a chance. I don't care who you are, what you did, or anything like that. You deserve a chance in some instances, in some places. Now, I ain't saying no pedophiles need to go work at a damn school. That's not what I'm saying.
That's not me either. Let's be clear.
I just want to be clear about that. That is not.
Or if you robbed a bank, you shouldn't get a job at a bank.
That's not what I'm saying. However, I don't think that you should be you should be at the point to where you can't work anywhere. Like there's some places that you should be able to work, and you should be able to be a police officer at that point because you be able to spot out all of that. You know that. I think if you get somebody off the streets to be the police officer, they gonna do the best work.
Best work
because they gonna see it. They know it all. They've done it all. But everybody deserves a chance. And if you and if we're gonna be real and we're gonna talk about it, and you not gonna dissolve the police, then at least let us be a part of it. Let us police our own. Let us do that.
And so when you think about it, that was that whole trick in 1865, and then when 1870, that compromise with the 13th Amendment. That was the trick, guys. We fell for the okie doke when they brought in, if you get a felony, then you lose all of your rights. That was the compromise that they made when they talk about freeing the slaves and all that bull with Abraham Lincoln and all that garbage.
Yeah.
The 13th Amendment is what got us screwed because once they instituted the 13th Amendment, they can re-enslave, and that's what they have been doing from day one. Once they abolished slavery, they came up with all the law. They had loitering. You could get arrested for just standing around, guys. If you didn't have a piece of paper that say you free or you working for somebody, you can just be standing on the corner and disappear. Meaning work to death. They did this, and they still doing it today.
Doing that. 3 strikes, right?
Come on, sister.
In that 3rd strike, you gonna work to death.
Don't get it twisted.
They're still doing it. They're just calling it something different.
Question I got for y'all. Now, like the incident you just had with the superintendent. How our schools gonna survive then if these the people that we hire?
Man,
we pick it because it seems like he might go the same route as the last one went.
And again, like Brother Derek was saying, I was down there with maybe 5 or 6 people there. If that thing would have been packed with thousands of people down there, it's gonna change his mind. Yeah. When you get the people involved, that's how he and those like him will change their position. Because the power is with the people. Because the people pay their bills. If we cut them off, stop working, shut this city down, we can be our own COVID. You want to be COVID? Well, the people in Flint we gonna COVIDize you. We're gonna stop this. We ain't gonna go over to Mona's. We ain't going over to over there on the south side. We ain't going to Rubes. We ain't going to Prime Time. We ain't going to Red Lobster. We ain't going to no liquor store buying no lottery ticket, shutting it down. We ain't going to no cannabis shop that we don't own. We ain't buying no weed. We ain't giving y'all none of our money, man. That's how we got to roll. Close Paradise down.
Money staying home.
With that being said, if you do indulge in cannabis, go check out Sweet Leaf.
Yeah, Sweet Leaf.
It's black owned. Go check out Sweet Leaf.
Sweet Leaf. Yeah.
Keep the money home. That's all I'm saying. Keep the money home for a little while.
Off of what Mickey said though, like let's talk about that. How do we get the people involved, Brother Roberts? So here's my thing. If you have a child in the Flint Community School, that should be a thing for you, right? You should want to know what's going on. You should want to go to parent-teacher conferences. You should want to go to the board meetings, especially with the schools going as left as they're going right now. You should want to be a part of that. So what is it? What do we do to get them involved to say, all right, it's a board meeting next month on the 4th, at 6 o'clock. We need everybody to be there. What is it that we can do that will get the butts in the seats and get the mind sparked? Because I had the same question about the water. We getting poisoned and that's not happening. What do we do?
I know what you do.
What do we do? Order chicken?
No, close the school down until the parents. Close the school down. Close the school down until the parents show up. Your child can't come back to school.
Holla.
You right.
And I bet you mamas will show up. You gotta.
You doggone right.
Holla.
Some things you might have to force a person in.
A lot of things you gotta force their hand.
Mickey,
the mama and the daddy.
Listen,
That's good.
I'm not opposed to that.
That's good.
I'm saying
I'm not opposed to that at all.
The principal should be doing. Like, listen, if you're not finna
Come
be
on.
doing all this stuff that's going on, we need to be doing, because like you said, the teacher only can do so much.
That's right.
The people supposed to force it.
Yes.
Like with that superintendent.
Yes.
Not speaking.
Yes.
When he didn't do that, his ass should be getting ready to get he should be signing
His paper. There you go.
But that you know what that take though? That take for the city to have some type of backbone. We gotta have some type of backbone, man. We gotta stand up. We got some type of backbone. We all these gangsters, all these thugs, killers. Like, come on, man.
And when
And all of them got kids in school too.
Kids, come on. You gotta understand, like, man.
And our queen said that, about, not just if you got a child in there, even if you don't. Like what Jerry was saying, the backbone is all of us should be collective. Young and old should be mashing it down.
That's right.
Because it's in the numbers.
That's
man.
right.
That's it.
The numbers you guys are working out at truck and bus. I don't care where y'all working. If y'all decide to stop working to go on strike for this city, this city is screwed up. How y'all gonna come from up north, pass by Flint, go to her job, or come from up north and come from Detroit working at truck and bus, good job, and get your money and go back home and don't care nothing about the city. See, again, when you collectively say, we gonna shut it down, that means you ain't gonna be able to get out of your car and go into your building of work. If we got enough people, when you get off the expressway, all that is closed off. All that gotta be closed off.
Well, that's a question we need to have for city council too.
Martial law.
How do you live? How do you live in the city and you allowing all of this stuff to go on? You on city council. Supposedly you live in the city. How is that not? How is this stuff not affecting you? How is it not affecting you to the point to where y'all can stop all of that bickering and not come together and have a consensus to do something about us not having clean water?
No, nobody care
Jesus,
about that. I don't care.
I say this every time.
I don't care about that.
We don't have clean water, but that's what I don't understand. If you supposedly live in this city, because you're supposed to have to.
That got swept under the rug. They sweeping that under the rug.
Yeah,
all right, we made a settlement. We made a settlement with y'all. Shut up.
Ain't that state rep? Ain't that city council?
Yes, sir.
They don't live here.
Where's the 5 or 6 votes? 6 votes go overwrite the mayor.
Right.
Yeah.
So where's the 6 votes? Where's the 6 courageous people?
There you go.
That's what I'm asking.
There you
Remember,
go.
I asked that before, Brother Roberts. Who gonna be bold?
Who's gonna be bold?
Who's gonna be bold?
Because when you think about it, the people that are manipulating, the puppet masters, count on us not voting. They count on us bickering. They count on Eric Mays putting on the show. They count on us not doing our job. They count on us not being effective. They count on us getting high. They count on us shooting each other. They count on us acting a fool, y'all. They count on. They know we gonna do it.
They capitalize on the distraction.
Man. Yeah. 3-card Molly. They sit back and laugh out Grand Blanc and Flushing.
Man.
It is a entertainment for them. It's like
Grand
Barbie.
Blanc, Flushing, Clio,
Davidson.
Mount Morris, Davidson,
We the talk of the-
Montrose, all
Goodrich.
the surrounding places.
They box us
laughing.
in.
And they laughing.
This how they want.
And like you say, they say, watch those niggas.
Yeah, keep them in there.
Watch those niggas.
Yeah.
Be niggas. That's what they
Watch
do, y'all. And then they have the nerve to come into the city. And again, they despise us. While they make their money, they draw all the blood from the city of Flint and take it out to their birds. They don't spend no money on the north side at all, y'all. All them judges downtown are all white. All the judges are white, y'all.
Every last one.
Every last one of them, y'all.
So how you feel about that?
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
What you mean how I feel about it?
I want to burn the building down.
In
It's unacceptable, man.
a predominant
80% black people,
black city.
and they ran Archie Heyman out of his job.
Ran him out of here.
Ran him.
He wasn't no better.
That was in the position that could have helped that. What was it?
No, not one.
Who gonna-
Not one could have helped Archie.
Being some suckers.
Not one, brother.
But that's the thing, right? They're waiting for us. They just look. They say, you know what? Oh, it's time. Look it. Look at that one over there. He got his bozo suit out. He about to put his bozo suit on. Oh, he got his wig out. He got his clown shoes on. And they just look at us as a clown. It's a clown show.
Now, with Brother D, I did agree with that. He did say,
What's that?
far as just thinking like the mayor, city council gonna get us out of this hole.
No,
Oh, I don't think that at all.
Don't
No,
nobody
we don't think that.
Not
No.
this panel.
No, I said that's the only thing I do agree with
Oh,
him with.
right.
Nobody
They're not.
think that.
Because we've been going back and forth with the city
Keep telling
council and the mayor. It's a shame that these people, but that's what I'm saying about the low turner vote out.
Yeah.
Why would I get out and vote for somebody? Because we on the national thing. Look how the Democrats is playing. You see that infrastructure bill?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You see all the stuff they took out?
Mm-hmm. Unacceptable.
But everybody got out. I went and voted.
Unacceptable. I did too.
I got out and voted.
Yeah.
So what did my vote give me?
Nothing. Same thing.
And that's the discouragement
And that's
from
the-
everybody and why they
And
don't
see,
wanna
and
do
that's done by
right there.
design too,
Yes.
because it goes back
Yep.
to even the Democrats should have stepped up and dealt with those, blew up the filibuster, and passed that at 3.5 billion.
Mm.
And did everything and come back with this other part with the social piece.
Mhm.
Because once them devils get in office, they're gonna show you.
Mhm.
Once the Republicans get in, they're gonna show you what they're gonna do. Just like they gave Donald Trump gave those rich people all their tax. Them rich people been making more money, guys, since 1990. In 1990, there was 64 billionaires in 1990. 64 billionaires. Today there's more than 700 billionaires in America, and 0.1% of them are black. Y'all now tell me something about that.
Unacceptable.
In 1990, it was 64 billionaires in this country. In 2021, it's over 700 of them, and only a half a percent is half of a percent is black. That tells y'all something about our power and what's going on with us.
Absolutely.
Because we in a delusion. All these little communities around the country with these black mayors, and I don't care what, Kamala Harris and all that is a facade.
Can we talk about that? Because where's
That's
she
a
been?
facade, man.
We ain't seen pearls and chucks in a minute, have we? I ain't seen her. Where's she been?
I can't tell you where she been.
We don't see her
or what she
nowhere.
doing.
But that's my point. And what you were saying, they get in these positions and then where they at?
Oh, you know.
Now, this was gangster. You know how many of them people on city council is Democrats?
How many?
From the first, the second, the third. I'm going with Quincy and Liddell. Eric May, them Democrats. Jerry Winfrey Carter, Democrat.
Oh yeah.
Ain't don't Allie supposed to be Hogan supposed to be a Democrat?
Now that I don't know.
We don't
I know who not. Judy Priestley not.
We don't even take that. Just say, well, we know the four blacks. The blacks on there. The blacks don't know nothing but Democratic Party. How they can't get along with each other? It's Democrats.
But a lot of times it don't have nothing to do with Democrats or Republicans. It's about the issue. And a lot of times when you think about, because our people have no knowledge of the history of this country or political power and how it really works, that's why we continue to be viewed as buffoons and not respected. Because one thing they could have did with that infrastructure bill, and those, again, Cinema and Mansion, totally unacceptable. That's why they should have blew up the filibuster. They should have showed those Republicans, because they are established volunteer agents. They're not Democrats. You can't be no moderate. Joe Manchin talking about this country is a center right country. That's some bull, y'all. How they gonna pass a Oriental hate bill and gay people
get rights before black people? How trans people gonna holler about them have more rights than us? It's totally unacceptable. And so again, we gonna have to strap on our phalluses, and we're gonna have to do some stuff because all they doing is business on and sodomizing us every day. And we looking back and enjoying it. We say just more and more and more, Master. Just continue to demonize us. Again, we are underestimated, undervalued, and marginalized on a daily basis. And we keep playing into a system that from 500 years, they told us to vote. Now they take away the vote. Told you to vote, and we don't vote. They do whatever they want with the money. They poison a community. Barack Obama come in here.
Huh.
A black man.
That's how that's how it always go down. Though. It's always us.
Malcolm is rolling over in his grave.
It's always us. It's always us.
Well, you know this when blacks Republicans first.
Yeah.
Yes.
How did we get screwed into this deal? I'm just trying to figure it out. Because the reason I said that about those Democrats, if what you saying is the whole thing about the Democratic Party is not just one party. You got different factions. You got the liberals, you got your progressives, then you got your moderates,
and your racists.
I think your moderates are the racists.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I think they're moderates.
They are. And so when you break it down like that, always remember, don't never get it twisted, y'all. It's about white survival.
Right.
Period. A lot of things ain't got nothing to do with color, man. The agenda is white survival and white control. They don't dare use anybody. They'll use a purple, pink. They don't care who you are. It's about white dominance, white control, and before we share it, we will blow this mother up.
They kill you before you get out there. Before you tell too much of their business, they kill you.
But like you said though, they don't care who they use to do it. We just the suckers that get that's the first ones that they are able to use.
500 years.
Every time.
We've been doing it.
Every time.
And a lot of people don't realize the Native Americans.
We always want to be Native Americans. Most of them tribes were some devils. They enslaved us too. A lot of those First Nation tribes enslaved black people. That's why we don't know our history. They ain't no friend of black people. Because even with the Native people, they aligned themselves with them devils that came in here with all this gunpowder and all this debauchery, because a lot of the Native people they didn't come up with scalping. Indians did not come up with cutting somebody's head off. That was white people, y'all. Who scalped somebody? Who do that? Who put people on a pole? Put a person on a pole, y'all. Whitney Plantation in Louisiana. As far as you can see, you got black people on both sides of the road on poles, y'all. Who lynched somebody, y'all? Who tar and feather people? Who cut people up, y'all? Cut them up and pull them apart with horses. Who throw babies into Florida?
That's savage.
Babies into alligator as bait. Children, black children as bait, y'all. Playing with me, man.
Sure do.
When they was lynching blacks, cutting them up, that was like going to the carnival.
Yes, sir.
They was eating pop. That's what I'm saying. You got people that can sit up there, eat cotton candy like you on a steak burn.
Come on, brother.
And here,
Picnic.
and you know what's
That's what they call it,
crazy?
picnic.
Yep.
It was
And
nothing.
you know what's so crazy about that is that now they want to cry about
Critical race theory.
yes.
Don't want to hurt their feelings.
They want to
About
hurt their
the
feelings
truth.
about the truth.
The truth.
That drives me crazy.
So why we don't have no, like the example, like this every 25 years, we got to go back for we can vote.
Well, yeah, we have
We
to
didn't have
to vote on if we can vote.
Why Barack
The
didn't write
hell?
it in, why he didn't write it in the law?
He was hired to handle white affairs. He couldn't do nothing.
I'm just saying,
He couldn't do nothing.
but they are friends though.
There, yeah.
But these are friends that every just say one of them get pissed off coming in office. Say the hell with that. You going back into slavery. What can we do then?
Nothing.
Nothing. Give you freedom can take it away from you.
All the time.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
like your credit rating.
Yeah.
I can take your credit away from you at any time. Just like you talk about we get so caught up on this illusion. But if we got receipts and we doing the work, you ain't got to worry about people lying on you. They can lie all they want, but if you got the receipts and people know our relationship,
Absolutely.
I don't care what you say about me.
Say.
I got your back. I know they full of. I know they. And then I'm gonna come tell you who told me to lie.
Absolutely.
So we can go holler at them.
Right. Yeah.
That's how you in that. Oh, you got this to say? Oh, now let's talk about it now. Oh, I didn't mean it that way. Yes, you did.
Absolutely.
Our relationship is over with.
Absolutely.
See, then our relationship is over with.
Can we talk about that?
It's a wrap.
Can we talk about
When
that?
Maya Angelou say, when they show you who they are,
Believe them the very first time.
Time to walk.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah,
because you know, I discussed this with you a few days ago.
Yeah.
Because I have a problem with people not wanting to do that, not wanting to end relationships. I have a problem with people not wanting to burn bridges with these suckers that don't mean them no good, right? Because just because they have some type of title or they're in some type of position or they're in some type of place, we don't want to burn these bridges with them. And they don't mean us any good. They can lie on us. They can do all of these crazy things to us. But no, don't say that. No, don't talk about them like that. Oh no, Brother Roberts, don't say that. Why the hell not? I feel like, why can't we burn that bridge? Do you plan on crossing back over? Because I don't want you to bring your ass back over here. That's why I'm setting it on fire. I don't want you to come back over here. I just don't understand how we are so big of cowards. Because you're a coward. You're a coward at that point, that you don't want to burn that bridge and you don't want to call people out on their mess, because that's what it is, really, right? I don't want to say, no, you were wrong.
You were wrong. You need to fix this.
This is the proof evidence that you were wrong.
That's the evidence.
And if you're not gonna rectify that,
we through.
Then I'm gonna set this bridge on fire. And if you still on it, then your ass going up too.
That's it. That's how you end the drama.
That's all I'm saying.
And see, when you said that, you don't know why. Again, we've been culturally conditioned to behave like we behave.
You're right.
And again, we keep wanting to be white. So again, our efforts to be white, it nullifies our blackness.
Right.
It nullifies any integrity that we ever once had. And because our community has been so destroyed and we didn't have an opportunity to live, there's a difference between living and survival. Absolutely. So when you always in survival mode, you can't plan, you can't think, you can't plan for the future, you can't lay nothing down, you can't have relationships that are genuine because everybody is plotting on each other. You can't be comfortable around each other. Because when you turn your back, I'm stealing from you.
Right, because you on survival mode and you've never been embraced.
Never been, no ma'am.
So you don't have the love. You don't.
I don't know what love look like.
You don't.
Not
you
real
don't even
love.
know what friendship looks like.
Not real friendship.
You don't know what relationship looks like
at all. Matter of fact, I'm afraid of relationships.
Absolutely.
Because every relationship I had, it burned me. Again, and my first relationship was to the white Jesus. White Jesus didn't save me
at all.
And I'm still hollering, Donnie McClurkin, come save me. We fall down and get up. It's so sad. But to answer your question again, psychologically, we've been culturally conditioned. And that conditioning has started since 1712. And again, when you go back to 1619, again, the play has been played. We keep getting caught up in the game. The game and the rules of the game are what they are. In the Matrix, again. And one thing, and if you understand the red and blue pill, again, Morpheus was clear. In that one scene, when the agent said, "You despicable. Everywhere you go, you infected. You are a disease."
A disease.
They're talking about white people. That was an awesome. Most people miss that part of the Matrix. Y'all go with
many of Becky Brown said, many of those organizations you're speaking of are supported by the Jewish community.
And again, most of us don't really understand the Jewish community because, again, when we think about the Holocaust was 13 years. Our Holocaust has been for 500 years. Now, Judaism is not a person, place, or thing. It is an ideology. And that's where we mess up at. And again, the Jewish people are making the play. So when you have been put in the position to make the play, you're going to benefit on the play. And it's as long as you can keep people fighting each other, you can continue tricking them. So back to what she just said.
The Jewish people got an agenda. It's about the money.
All about the
And every time Michael Jackson said something about Jewish people, they made him shut up and change his song.
And let me tell you what else the Jewish people gonna do. They gonna keep their money Jewish.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they gonna do.
And if you understand about Judaism, if you really understand the black, all that is black people to begin with. See, again, how we have a misconception about our understanding about spirituality. Everything and every ideology comes from black people. Number one. So I drop the mic on that because anytime you have people that have stolen, they have stolen everything that they're perpetuating right now. From religion, from everything that you can imagine, from the arts, the science, the math, everything you can imagine was stolen from us. We the first people on the planet. Everybody come from us. Now, if you want to have a conversation, because that's not no argument. There's no two sides to that statement. There's no two sides. That's historically a fact, guys.
That's right.
Be
Now,
as naive as you want to be.
yeah, and then you can and you can lie, like you say, you can create racism because racism again or race is a construct from the 14th century. When you think about whiteness, most people didn't identify themselves as white. There was no such thing as white. Most people identified themselves from the country or the religion that they ancestors had been birthed in.
Absolutely.
Had nothing to do with color. We bought into that lie.
But and a lot of white people still do the same thing. Because if you talk to them, they'll say, "I'm Polish,
Real talk.
I'm Russian,
Real talk.
I'm French."
Real talk. And we all black Americans can say we was created by white people. That's why we're insane. We are 13% of the population, y'all. Less than 40,000 people. 40 million people. And we run around here, keep asking for permission to vote. We keep asking somebody to give us something when they tell us show us every day that we can kill you, that we can rape you, that we can hang you, that we can destroy you, we can poison you. Whatever we want to do.
We can do whatever we want to do.
And you still play basketball and entertain us.
Whatever we want to do. The same thing that
We some suckers.
We still pay our water bill.
now.
We still pay our water bill.
But this is the crazy part. We're gonna go to that sports, what you just said. Did you see how Aaron Rodgers lied about taking the shot?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
He
he
didn't have to
did.
miss no money.
No money.
They
Not
just fine.
a damn
But you see,
dime.
Kyrie ain't even played yet.
And Mr. Millions.
And then when it came out, it was others that didn't take, like Joey Bosa, the DM.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But all the black players had to take it.
Come on now. Come on now.
Cam Newton lost the job because he didn't take it.
Come
They
on.
said he could affect the coach.
Come on.
Ron Rivera.
Yeah.
They said he could have. So it's like, I mean, not Ron Rivera, Belichick, because he didn't want to take the shot. But when it came out that these whites ain't taking, why they not suspended for the whole year?
Come on, brother. Because again, black people ain't controlling nothing. We ain't controlling nothing, man. It's about the pleasure of white people that we even alive today. Because it's again, when you talk about full court genocide, the genocide game is on, guys. In a few years, black people gonna be in a museum. That's where we're gonna be. We ain't even gonna be nowhere else. Because we were brought here to pick cotton. And we was more together when we was picking cotton than we are today. That's the insult. We were more together when we was picking cotton, y'all, than we are today. That's the pain that I live with on a daily basis, man, when I deal with our people.
It is so disheartening.
It is just insane, man. It is so unacceptable that we are choosing to just destroy one another because we have been taught to hate each other.
You still on the plantation too. Most I don't know. All the people I know, I don't know nobody that work in Flint. I got a lot of friends that stay in Flint. I don't know nobody that work in Flint.
And that was by design. And you think about it, that's by design.
It's kind
That's
of
by
like
design, brother.
You know, when they left the shack and they went to work in the house.
Yeah, man.
House, you took care of them.
That's by design, brother.
Got money for them. Made sure they got paid. You know what I'm saying? Made sure they stuff was good. And then back to your
Because
buck.
where you go? Because where you work at is where you pay taxes.
It's where you pay tax. When you look at your checks, check out where those friends of yours working. Check out their check stub. Check your check stub.
When I worked in Lapeer, I had to pay Lapeer City.
Check your check stub.
Because I worked there.
And the irony of all this, guys, is I don't think our Creator created us to just live in misery and die. I just don't think that's that's not what we're supposed to be doing, y'all. I don't think our lives are supposed to be this short and then we die and don't have an impact. Because what are we leaving our children, guys? How are our children looking at us? How are our grandchildren looking at us in our community in Flint? Let's just look at Flint, guys. What do you think our children are thinking about us in this city alone, guys? When every day they see blight, they see destruction, they see mayhem.
Brother Roberts, I don't think they see anything because it's the norm.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it done got so normal.
I don't think that they see anything.
Wow.
I don't think that
Everything's
they
so
see any wrong in it because that's what they see. They've been seeing it their whole lives. I don't think that.
Wow.
So when they see something different, when they see the glitz and the glam and the clean, then that's where the sparkle is at because this is the norm. They don't see anything.
That's
wrong.
powerful. You know, that's a powerful statement, man. When you say it like that, my sister. We're getting ready to close out. Again, anything last minutes? You guys want to say anything? Last words before we close out?
I just want to remind everybody about our holiday drive. We do need those donations, non-perishable items. We also need donations of wrapping paper, gift bags, gift boxes, bowls, tape, and all those things so we can make it look nice and pretty for those children as well. All right.
Okay.
We also want to congratulate you again.
Yes,
New Papa, first
We wanna-
boy, got 4 girls,
Yeah,
first
we
boy,
want to congratulate
first
you.
boy.
Pitbull.
You and mommy, Miss
Yeah,
Sierra,
first
you did a
boy.
wonderful
Yeah,
job. I
good
keep telling
job.
you, he is beautiful. You did a great job. He
Proud of
is
you,
absolutely
man.
beautiful. We are
Oh,
ready to be him.
shout out to DJ Paradise. She do a talent, live
love
talent,
Paradise.
like a live talent review show at Chips over there on what's that? Richfield Road over on
Is that
Richfield
on
Road on
Wednesdays?
Wednesdays.
Mhm.
Wednesday nights 10 to 2, man.
10 to 2.
Yeah,
What's the cover charge?
You, $10. If you bring 3 people, if you bring an artist, your cover is free.
Oh, so I could be an artist. I could be a spoken word artist.
Yeah. So
All right, then.
review. And
That's
she
something we
doing
as a
something
group we
that's
need to go over
big.
there, guys.
She doing something that's big, man. And she pushing.
Proud of her.
Shout out to her.
Okay. Proud of you,
Shout out to
sister.
Paradise.
Support. Come
Shout
out
out
and
to
support
Paradise
her,
because
man.
you know
Wednesdays, 10
Paradise
o'clock,
started
Chips.
Paradise. She been making music. She's spinning music. She out here doing her thing, man. Paradise been out here for a while, and I'm proud to see her elevating where she needs to be. So everybody support her.
We gotta have a conversation with her too, and her significant other. They've been having some harassments with our city police.
Who's been having some?
Yeah. Paradise and her boyfriend. They've been having.
Well, we need to get them on the show.
Well, we
Please
need to
invite
get
Paradise on the show. Again, I'd like to put a shout out to come and check out my community conversation this Saturday, 9 to 10. Come check us out. We're supposed to be having a pastor on, brother going to come on this Saturday. So I hope you guys tune in from 9 to 10 this Saturday, community conversation. Again, I'm Brother Hubert Naeem Roberts. Again, as always, love you guys. My sister.
Also, you guys send peace and blessings out to Dewan Robinson. He needs all your peace and blessings.
Oh, yes, our fierce leader.
Yeah,
A little under the weather.
Under the weather, so you all send him peace and blessings. Go right on his wall, blow him up.
Blow him up.
Right on his wall. Send him some peace and blessings. He needs it right now.
Yeah, let him know he loved, guys. So that's so important.
We miss him. So you all send that out to our good brother. We miss him. We'll see him back soon. Just send those peace, all those blessings up out into him, to the universe for him.
All right, Wakanda out.